Hello children, today I'm going to talk to you about the Gospel, or the Gospels. There are 4 Gospels and they are written by 4 different people: Matthew, Mark, Luke and John. These Gospels are all about Jesus' life. Jesus uses the Gospel is used for the stories Jesus told. And Jesus told stories just to teach us about forgiveness, loving, how to treat other people, how to behave. These stories are called parables. There are different parables. You all know, I'm sure you've heard of the prodigal son, the Good Samaritan, the lost sheep, and they tell us something, each one. The prodigal son teaches us about forgiveness and how we can forgive people. The Good Samaritan, I'll tell you the story about the Good Samaritan. There was a man going along and he was attacked. He was robbed and left for dead. And someone walked past and thought, it's got nothing to do with me, so he carried on. Then a priest walked past and didn't really want to get involved. Then a Samaritan walked past. Now a Samaritan everybody looked down on, they were very low, nobody liked them. And he saw the man lying there and he thought, I'll have to do something about this. So he looked after him, helped him onto his donkey and took him to an inn. When they went to the inn, he paid the innkeeper and asked him to look after him until he was fit to travel again. Now that is telling us about loving your neighbour, no matter what. Doesn't matter who your neighbour is or what your neighbour's like, you love your neighbour. And that's what the Samaritan did, even though other people didn't like the Samaritan. And so that was one of Jesus' stories that told us about loving our neighbour. Then the one about the prodigal son, obviously, as I've said, is about forgiveness, because the father forgave the son. The one of the story about the lost sheep, now that story tells us that if we do just maybe do something wrong and we go away from Jesus and we stop being good people, then we decide that we want to be good and we go back to Jesus. And Jesus is very, very happy then, because he's got his lost sheep. And we have to think about these things because they sound like stories, but they're not stories like fairy tales. They are not like Jack and the Beanstalk or Little Red Riding Hood. They're stories with a message. And these Gospels are then put into a book called the Bible. And the 4 people that write this Bible are called evangelists. They tell us all about Jesus' life. Gospel actually means good news, the good news that we get from Jesus. If you think carefully about the story I've just told you about the Samaritan and the story about the prodigal son, I didn't tell you the story, but you will know the story. You will know that these are messages sent for us so that we know how to live our lives. The gospel is very important. Each one of them tells the gospel slightly different, but they're all giving us the same message. I hope this little video helps you to understand what the gospel is about. I'll be perfectly honest with you, I'm not very good at doing videos, as you've probably guessed by now, but I really hope it helps you. Love you all, take care and stay safe. Bye.